Okay, welcome to this video. It's, as the title suggests, I'm going to break down how one of my clients, Alex, was able to lose 19 pounds in 12 weeks and make substantial strength gains, all the benefits that came along with that, and really reveal the curtain, let's say, on how he was able to do it, what exactly my system is to get you there, and who this is really applicable for. So, Alex is a software engineer, like literally 90% of my clients at this point, and that means extremely busy, extremely. It's not shift work, but you're going to be on call. There's sometimes flexibility for a lot of people, but sometimes you can travel for work. And obviously you've got to balance that with social life, family life, and also wanting to get into shape, which is a difficult task. And so the way that my system works is we focus on weighted calisthenics, we focus on improving your hormones, improving your behavioral systems, and then basically being able to fit that into your lifestyle. So clients train 3 times a week, meal prep is less than 2 hours per week, and that's why it works for these guys so well. Now, this transformation here, obviously some in the light, some in the dark, but what you see is he's starting to get his abs through, 19 pounds down. The fat is coming off the areas that we want it. You'll see in some videos, you can see in the shoulders here, they're starting to get quite a lot leaner. Men are going to lose face fat, arm fat very quickly. Um, and so one of the main things we want to do is build muscle so that we can spread that fat thinner, alongside all the health benefits that come with it. So let's get into this uh, interview slash breakdown. So I'm going to show you a couple snippets of what he had to say because it's really important when showing testimonials. I think that people actually show their clients, not just two random pictures, which oftentimes aren't even their clients. I've come to find with a lot of coaches. And so I'll show you exactly what he said and what he was able to achieve, just so that you know this is real. Okay, so the first thing I should say is think of your timeline towards achieving your fitness goals as this is your ideal point, and this is the furthest away that you will ever start. So I've got clients who are 380 pounds and like in their 6 foot, and I've got clients who are similar height and also 220 pounds, more like Alex. And so height and weight are going to determine body composition very much, but also if you're starting at 380 pounds, there's no way that you're going to be starting at these weighted calisthenics movements. Whereas someone like Alex started in the mid range, he can start at that level. So what you're going to find is that you may not, when you're joining or working with me, may not be starting at the very beginning. You may be starting somewhere down the middle. But even if you are, these movements are regressed. So you might be thinking, do I have to start on 25 pounds? Dips? No. Do I have to start on dips? No. What about push-ups? What about push-ups from the knees? What about push-ups against the wall? There is always somewhere to regress depending on how far back you are starting. And the goal is exactly the same, is to move you down that system so that you're going, if you're starting at the very beginning, it might be push-ups on the wall, push-ups against an inclined surface like a table, push-ups against a bench push, then it might be knee push-ups and then actual push-ups and then weighted push-ups and then dips and then weighted dips, and suddenly you're lean and jacked. Now we want to make that process as fast as possible, fit into your lifestyle, and make sure that you can maintain it long term. So maybe we'll discuss a couple of the principles that allow you to do that. But if you're seeing, oh, he started at 25 weight dips, so I have to be able to do that start? Absolutely not. Most people aren't able to. But look what he's able to achieve as a result of start already being at that level. He gets up to 90 pounds weighted dips, which is like 40 to 45 kg on in kilograms. So one of the most important things when it comes to your goals is actually going to be wherever you are, is going to be a metric that I use and I like is pull-ups because there is a 5 times decreased risk in all-cause mortality for people who are in an elite category for their age group in body weight strength. And pull-ups are the hardest thing to progress to. And if you can get strong at that, you must fall into that category. So what I encourage all my clients to do is as they're losing fat, get strong at these pull movements, which require good grip strength that are going to improve your central nervous system ability to group muscle fibers. And you have to build muscle if you're getting stronger at that as you lose fat. And building muscle as you lose fat is going to be one of the most important things that you could possibly do for your metabolism, so that when you do lose the weight, we can reverse diet and allow you to eat lots of food whilst maintaining leanness. Whereas a lot of the time people lose fat and they end up at the just getting it all back. So partially habit systems, partially metabolism and hormones, and then partially your training system and nutrition system and how realistic it is to fit into your lifestyle. Okay, so accountability is a large reason why people start with online coaching or hire help. It's important for the habit building side and the behavioral side. You've got to remember that fitness is one of the few things, health and fitness is one of the few things that people just think that they can do on their own. And there are people that do it on their own, but the fact that it's like 1 in 100 that are actually successful and they're always much slower than people who get help only serves to prove the point. You can learn the guitar from watching YouTube videos. It will not be as effective as getting a teacher. And that's going to be the same with absolutely every endeavor in life. And so, in Alex's case, he recognized that he needed accountability to help him through a difficult time. And again, a lot of my clients, they don't wait for the perfect time. They join when they've just had a kid, they join when they're moving, they join when they're going on holiday. And that's why they're able to create such incredible systems so they can maintain their results. Another thing that Alex mentions here is I might have missed a part of it when I cut it off, but he talks about seeing stuff on social media and just trying to copy it. And there's the reason the fitness industry is so confusing for so many people isn't because some people are lying and some people are telling the truth. It's just most of the time people are talking in a very specific context. And so you've got people who demonize fats, people who demonize carbs, people are saying too much protein, people are saying carnivore diet's terrible, vegan diet's terrible. Everything that they say is true and it's all conflicting because in a certain context it's true. And that's why we've got to remember that we need to take all of this information and see what's relevant to our lifestyle, our goals in this time frame. And that's one of the things that people who don't have the time to do, honestly, nearly thousands of hours of research to be able to understand the nuanced difference between these things are going to need help with, are going to need guidance on how to do that. And so it's important that if you're not the target audience that I am talking about, that you do the same thing with me. You scrutinize what I'm saying because if you want to be a bodybuilder on stage, my way of doing things is not right for you. If you want to be, let's say, an athlete, you're playing a sport like football, or if you're in America, you're playing like baseball or basketball. What I'm telling you about how to do Bulgarian split squats is not actually relevant to your athletic goals. And so you need to make sure that if you're my target audience, if you're sedentary, if you're busy, if you want to lose fat, if you want to stick it into, you want to fit this into your lifestyle for long-term success and get fast results, that's who I'm talking to. Um, and so you've got to make sure that who you're listening to is actually relevant to you. And that's obviously why Alex started working with me because he didn't want to just listen to all of these cheeky manipulators or marketers, I should call them, on Instagram and stuff. So something I really believe in, which you'll see Alex has touched on here, is I have my clients learn why what I'm saying is correct. By I'll tell them exactly why what they're doing is why they're doing what they're doing, and I will encourage them to show me what they see on the internet and scrutinize what I'm saying until we arrive at the right conclusion. Because if you know why you're doing what you're doing and you believe in what you're doing, it's going to work. If you don't believe what you're doing, if you are following blindly, you're less likely to do it. And so that's why at the end of my program, Alex is at the point where he could honestly coach people. He could coach people to get fat loss results in a really good way. And that's going to impact the people around you as well, because when they see that you've lost a load of weight and that you're maintaining and that you're happy and your energy levels are better, that's going to be radiant, and they're going to ask, oh, how do I do that? And you'll actually be equipped to give them a decent answer. Okay, so here's a question I like to ask in the interview process after. So one of the reasons I oftentimes tell people, you'll see Alex say, is we take these foods which are really good for us, and we just assume that because we're eating them, that we're getting all the benefits from it. I once saw someone say, a girlfriend at at the time said to me once, if I eat an egg and an orange, then I get every nutrient that I need. And in like 1% of your RDI, that is true. And so what people mainly get wrong with nutrition is the quantity of certain foods that they should be consuming. If you are having eggs and you have two eggs, you are not getting much vitamin D, not much vitamin A, not much vitamin E. You're getting a little bit of B vitamins, you're getting a little bit of minerals as well. If you have six eggs, you're going to have like 400 to 450 calories, and you are going to get a large quantity of those. You're going to get extra cholesterol. If you have these later in the evening, you're also going to improve your testosterone because that's going to provide minerals for the production of testosterone in your sleep, where protein synthesis is occurring, build more muscle, all because you had a larger quantity and a better timing. Now, Alex jokes it's not easy. There are ways to make it easy to consume, but it's extremely easy to prepare. And little things like this are going to have huge knock-on effects for people and their fitness goals. This is huge, and the reason you'll bring it back to eggs is because a lot of the time people will say, "Oh, just have egg whites because that's where the protein is." But in terms of vitamins and minerals, that you'll find the vast majority of those are in the yolk. And so, because you're thinking in a macronutrient perspective that you want to save your fats for something else that you maybe you prefer in taste, you're cutting out all the vitamin and mineral benefits, which in turn will make you feel better because your body is being fed the nutrients that it needs to run your thyroid and your metabolism. That's zinc, iodine, selenium example. And then you've got vitamin D, the cholesterol, all again found in the yolk, which are going to be beneficial for testosterone. And so if you're feeling better, you're burning more calories because your body is going to be able to express energy better. And so a lot of time people thinking about calories in and just eating as little as possible and getting your protein up, it does not work long term. No one can stick to it. And again, this is why these my clients, even when they don't have that much fat to lose, they end up losing it so quickly. Yeah, so um, hopefully this video isn't too long. If anyone has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd love to help. My Instagram, George Dobson Fit. You'll see plenty of other clients. Maybe you see someone who's a lot more in similar shape to you, and you'll be able to see what they did. Hopefully this helps, and I'll see you in another video.